Fuck it. Alright. Alright. You're probably thinking, why would I ever watch a no money spent, no name Sweat with a mediocre team grind his way through the middle seasons of the tragedy that we call 2K21 My Team? I mean, we have an overload of content, openings, giveaway streams, no money spent series, rate my team, start sit, reaction videos. Again, why would I watch you? I I honestly have no idea. I hope you enjoyed that. One, go. Happy Friday, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Conquering the Sweats, episode 2, of course. In episode 1, I had a lot of fun making and recording all that. We had a really close unlimited win at the end there, which was awesome, and just the icing on the cake, but it's obviously been a couple days since then, so want to fill you in on what we've been up to and what this weekend has in store, for all of us. So, first of all, let's go ahead and talk about Unlimited for a second. I played 7 games and had to win 6 of them just to stay in the Opal tier. That is not something I ever want to do again, so some tough decisions have to be made about my lineups going forward. I wound up reverting to a different lineup, which I'll show you guys, and we'll be rocking in one of the games we go over today in order to make that happen. But the long story short is that my lineup was not elite enough to compete with the top lineups. And I wasn't getting any similar matchups as far as team skill. You know what I mean? I wasn't playing anybody who had a half elite, pretty elite starting lineup, but a subpar bench. They were always, just really not lacking in any category, and it really made the games a toss-up. And I hate playing a game, knowing that there's a coin flip chance that I'll end up losing. So, wound up reverting back to this lineup right here. And this is the lineup that got me here pretty much, without Kareem. Obviously, he's a new addition. But with this lineup, you are going to play some full Opal starting lineups, but almost everyone you play is going to be an overall cheeser, just like we are, obviously. And when you play an overall cheeser, it makes it so much easier as an overall cheeser yourself, because when you're tired, they're going to be tired. They're not going to have these fresh subs to come in and rim run on you, get all these foul calls, all these different types of animations. It's really a huge difference. So anyways, we were able to get back to Opal, and I'll be, showing partially how we were able to do that. And the other thing we did in these 3 days was play Triple Threat online. A lot of Triple Threat online. And the only reason I say this is because if you're grinding, if you don't know what to be grinding on, what mode to be playing right now, yeah, get your ring in Unlimited or whatever, but in Limited, excuse me. But Triple Threat Online is the mode you need to be grinding. These boards are absolutely stacked right now. It's like over a large scale, you will earn like well over twice what you would have playing Triple Threat Online with normal boards. These boards are insane. I played for an entire day, I think. I played 40 games, was able to get the top boards and wins at the top boards every time, and it was extremely profitable. And if you have a good lineup, like I obviously have a very good Triple Threat Online lineup, not the most elite, but a very good one, you will face a lot of people without elite lineups for some reason. I think everybody knows to grind this mode right now, so you'll get some easy matchups. If you're someone who thinks you can consistently, get to the top boards, this is for sure the mode you need to be in right now. Alright, so now that that's taken care of, we're a little bit more caught up. Let's move on to this weekend. So obviously, we had a pretty good drop today with the Idols Mellow pack. We also got a Dark Matter Chris Bosh, as well as a Galaxy Opal Darren Williams, which is always been one of my favorite 2K players, even though he might not be as viable in my team. Other players to look at, if you're a budget player, I'm sure this Kirk Heinrich will be a good pickup, and I'm really interested in this Mo P card if it goes for like a budget type value. So nothing to get right on top of today, but definitely some cards that we might want to add later on, so we'll see about that. So obviously, the new Limited mode came out today, and my god, was this mode brutal this week. This was the most brutal week by far. We were able to get our ring, and I'll show you the lineup that we were able to do it with right now. It was an overall cheese lineup, although we ended up playing people with 90 overall, 92 overall plus. People were spending hundreds of thousands, I believe, to get good limited teams this week, which I've never seen. I've never seen in the previous weeks. Obviously, this is my first month grinding for the rings, but I never seen something like that. People were out there running with full pink diamond teams. You know, I don't even know how it's possible that these players wouldn't have clamps, but we were able to find this diamond Steph, which was the only gem we needed. We got him for about 4.5k and sold him for right around there too. And Steph's probably the perfect player for you if you don't have too much money to spend and still want to get your ring, because he can absolutely take over a game single-handedly. And just so you know, the gameplay style in limited this week is very, very sloppy. It's a lot of rim running, a lot of blow bys. That's pretty much all it is. So get ready for the sweat. It's going to be big sweat. So with that being said, let's not waste any more time. Jump right into our unlimited games for today. Alright, so jumping into our first unlimited game here, and yeah, this is what we're up against early and often when we use this lineup. He's got C-Web, DeRozan at the 2, Tatum, Giannis, and Kareem in his starting lineup, and I don't even want to see his bench, but I already know what it is. I already know I'm going to be at a huge disadvantage this game lineup-wise, but I know as far as my starters, you know, we can compete, we can hang. It's all going to depend on what type of player this is and whether he's really like that. So we're going to get into our settings and do all that. And there's basically not a lot to talk about, unfortunately, in the first part of this first quarter, because for the first 4 minutes, all that happened was rim running. We traded rim runs, and you'll see this happen a lot, actually, in sweaty games, because what winds up happening is we're both trying to feel each other out, right? And we're both trying to deny the 3-ball at any cost. So what ends up happening? A lot of free dunks, a lot of showtime, and it almost becomes a battle of who can build their takeover first and what very little variance there is in these animations, whether you get a block, a steal, etc. So the first 4 minutes, that's really all that happens, man. We're trading rim runs, and we're trading pretty evenly. I see that he has some tendencies that are a little bit suspect as far as rim running, so I don't know if he's out of his system or what, but I can tell that this is going to be a winnable game despite his gargantuan lineup. So I do slow down right there for this play, because he's able to finally stop the rim running trend after 4 minutes straight, and he winds up sinking a wide open 3 with Tatum. He didn't green it or whatever, but the fact that he went up, hit his white, I came down on the very next possession, missed mine with C-Web. That is a huge, huge deal, because in games like this where it's really neck and neck, you're trading rim runs, etc., the fact that he's willing to step out, shoot his open shots, and you can see right there on that play, that was just a defensive breakdown. But as a whole, the fact that he's willing to do that is scary to me, because I know that I can't beat him just by taking 2s. Even though that's what I'm trying to do right now, just to stay competitive and continue to feel him out, I know if he's willing to consistently shoot the 3-ball this game, I'm in for a long one. And that Tatum 3, believe it or not, was sort of the beginning of the end. So he's going to come right back down and green another 3. So after starting the game with about 12 rim runs in a row, he's now hit 3 threes in a row, and I'm pretty shook, honestly. I go to hit a great peak for the buzzer beater with Levine, but we don't get it to go, and I can already see the way this game's gonna go, you know. All the 50-50s, they're not going my way, and I already know what it is, so it's time to buckle up and get ready for a very long one. So as you can see, the second quarter begins pretty much the same exact way the first did, trading some rim runs, and I bring us back about a minute in to show you something I talked about last video, man. When the peak isn't there, rather than throwing a fake pass or just relaxing, I always get too anxious and dump it into the center, and I throw it right into the other team's hands. And again, you might think this is just one play, this is just one mistake. I promise you, you know, from a mental standpoint, these things are huge. Especially when I feel the game slipping away, especially when he goes and drains a dagger there. All of a sudden, we're down 10 points out of nowhere. And this is a very, very bad situation. And a situation that would continue for quite some time, to be honest. As you can see, my offense is pretty much just relegated to 2s now, and he's able to extend and hit 3s. And you're never going to win a game like that against a good player in Unlimited. So, we've got to think out of the box, got to try something. As you can see right here, down 11. Looking very, very rough. And yeah, for about 5 minutes of in-game time, that's exactly how things went. As you can see right here, I managed to cut the lead to 8 by the middle of the third. Coming out of this timeout, I figured I'd try something a little bit different, a little bit out of the box. I haven't given my subs much play, much life, and I really need something here. I need a miracle, something out of the box. And of course, we see that dreaded matchup, the reason why nobody wants to start LaMelo Ball for matchups like this with Giannis. But I just decided, you know what, I'm going to have a bit of fun, go crazy. I cook and triple threat with LaMelo all the time. It's a ton of fun. And there we go. What feels like literally my first three-pointer of the game. I'm able to get the white with Spencer Haywood. My Spencer Haywood's badged up, so he does hit a lot of whites and a lot of shots. And I forgot how much I loved using this card. But as you can see, he's right in the lanes for another steal. Spencer Haywood coming up huge for me. And then I almost hit the snatch back with LaMelo, but decide better of it. And all of a sudden, I feel like I have a little bit of life. You know, I'm only down 5 and we're hooping. Thad Young to the basket for a huge showtime. And I can tell what's happening right now. He is a little bit flustered. You can see he's coming out of his full court, like full sprinting, gunning for the rim, getting very sloppy with his passes, and Spencer Haywood yet again comes up with the ball. I don't know what it is, but I guess if you give this guy 100 stamina, he can just go in and do big things for you. As you can see, he knocks down another white. And yeah, we got a little bit of an algo switch, a little bit of a momentum shift, and now we're on. We're on and he's off. The game has made the decision. The tides have turned, and I can feel it. I can feel it. So now we're full court pressing him. We're playing lanes. As you can see, we're much more active on defense. I wish I kept this energy all the time, not just when I feel the momentum, but it really is something special in 2K when you can feel this stupid broken game start to shift in your favor. Like, he gets a moving shot with Kareem there. That's like yet another interaction that could have not gone my way but ended up going my way. I know I want nothing to do with Joakim having the ball, so I call for my plays, and I'm very comfortable handling the ball with Spence, which he doesn't realize, I guess, and I get a free Hall of Fame showtime, and there it is. His first pause. He needs to make some adjustments. He's feeling flustered. He doesn't get how a team of Ruby and Amethyst is out there cooking his shit right now. But nonetheless, we're going to go ahead and lock up for the rest of the quarter, and we're going to enter the fourth here as we speed up 4 points. Now I want to talk about moments like this. The beginning of the fourth quarter here, this is going to be by far the most important couple of minutes of the game for me because I know he's about to break. The momentum is completely shifted out of his favor. He's made subs, he's called timeouts, he's done the most to try to keep himself in this game, and I know he's just a couple bad plays away from completely losing it, as I've done many times. So we're going to try to, hold no reservations here, play as fast as we can, and on the first play of the quarter, within 5 seconds, we catches Kareem off ball sleeping, and he needs yet another timeout. We're feeling good, man. We just need to keep pressing. I know 1 or 2 more stops and this game's an absolute wrap, so I'm coming out, I'm switching everything on the pick and rolls manually, really trying to stay in front of this guy. I know if I don't let in any threes, I'm good to go, and as I've spoken about so many times, the momentum shifted. He misses an open white. I come down. I throw a very obvious turnover that just bounces back into my hands. I don't know why it's like this, but when it is like this, it's crazy. You can see he's on top of all my passes. He's on top of everything. He does get the block animation, but that's like the 4th time he should have gotten a turnover there. And he comes down and he smokes another one with Luka. So at this point, I'm thinking he's probably actually missing these releases and maybe 1 or 2 bad plays away from just outright quitting this game. So after trading buckets for a little bit, we're going to go to an inbounds play, and he's looking for Luka, but of course Kareem steps it, and I am taking my time on this fast break, relaxing. I know that it's already over. He's sending a double team. He's upset. This game's pretty much a wrap, and we're just waiting out the clock. So you talk about like the types of games that you'd want to quit in the first quarter, and this was absolutely one of them. I was very ready to dip out of this game, quit, but we ended up sticking with it, waiting for the algorithm to shift. Eventually it did. Eventually things started flowing for us, and I'm really glad we stayed in this one. Although I don't know if I would recommend doing this every time, because the mental exhaustion of trying to come back in all these games, especially if you don't succeed, can just be brutal. So with that being said, once again, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. May your MT be stacking, may the sweats be lacking, and I'll catch you guys later.